What I want to talk about here is something strange, because this morning when I woke up to the news that Muhammad Ali had died, I'd done a video early this morning, I was like, yawning and everything, sorry. But while I was doing it, I was thinking, isn't he already dead? And then you have to sit here and sort of think, no, I've seen him appear on stage and whatever a couple of times. Over the past, say, 2 years, I've seen him on stage at least once or something like that, so I thought, no, he's alive. But again, I've just been thinking, no, is this another one of these little examples of this Mandela effect, what people are talking about? Now, the fact that I went and looked for logic first, I went and in search of logic in the little few talks that he had about it, and just come to the conclusion, no, he's still alive. But I've just been wondering whether it was still whether it was maybe a little glitch just popping in there type of thing, a little memory glitch. So I've just typed in Muhammad Ali dead years ago, and it just brought up all the latest posts. Yeah, I'll show you. It brought up all today's stuff. This is what it brought up. So then I typed in Muhammad Ali died years ago, where's this? And then I come down to the bottom of the page, just reading all of these, looking for anything, and there was nothing there, right? 32 years you have Parkinson's for, and look at this, what I see at the bottom. Okay, so let's start looking into these. Right, now the first thing it brings you to then is this Muhammad Ali's Wikipedia page. Underneath it, 6 days ago, just 6 days ago, this page came out. Dead or alive, Muhammad Ali. Use this page to find out if Muhammad Ali is dead or alive. Very user friendly. Let's have a look. Right. Cassius Clay, that's the 33, as I said in the earlier video. Okay, boxing owner is the greatest heavyweight champion of the world 4 times. I've seen 3 times today in some reports. Famous for his charisma and his unique way with words, formerly named Cassius Clay. Okay, now date of birth, 1st of the 17th, 1942. Date of death, 3rd of the 6th, 2016. Now it's not the 3rd, it's the 5th. Unless that's when he died and families have announced it. When did he die? Because this has been edited, as you've just seen, and this page has been edited 6 days ago. Last updated on the 4th of the 6th, give and take. So, I think what I'm going to do is, I'm going to dig into this a bit. First thing I found, Muhammad Ali, the Freemason, worships Apollyon the Destroyer. Now, look at the hand signal of the messenger of the gods, the eagle, Hermes, Mercury, the brother of Apollyon. What's next? Told you about Lord Liverpool earlier on.
Now we're into the 60s and things get really vicious. They're intertwining the religious joke with the geopolitical brutalization of innocent countries in Asia. And this is the war that Muhammad Ali refused to fight in because he did not know anything about the people that he was asked to fight against. Muhammad Ali is actually also a New World Order joke because he was a trader with the East India Company in the Raj in India. He traded with Lord Liverpool, and the jokes about Lord Liverpool and his interactions with people like the Jagier in India are a joke about the launch of the Beatles, the Yellow Submarine joke, the launch of the Rolling Stones. The Rolling Stone is pictured here outside Jesus' empty tomb. That's a joke about the sacrifice and the resurrection of Jesus Christ, who never existed, who was written about in a fictitious document that has become so influential that it explains all of the martyrdom for 2,000 years.
I'm going to show you some things about all these people we all idolise from all around this world for supposedly being heroes. Well, this is what all these heroes get up to, and then in a few moments we're going to look how Muhammad Ali ties into all of this. Okay, celebrities are revered all over the world for their beauty, their style, their talent and wealth. They are considered role models, and many ape their dress code, hairstyles and try to emulate their way of living, sometimes to the point of attempting to break into the entertainment industry in order to strike it rich. Oh, I've got a few thoughts on all of that sentence there, that paragraph, sorry. Right, however, most of these women and men are monarch mind-controlled slaves who have no free will over their or control of their lives. See Monarch programming.
I'm sorry, I was in a trance!
Mentioned that in a couple of videos this week. Duality, Black Mass, Amal, the butterfly bride, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, but we're going somewhere, yeah. Okay, and beta programming, we see an awful lot of that. Please, anyone who doesn't know a single thing about what I'm talking about here, because you're just spinning onto this video because Muhammad Ali's side and it's a bit popular at the moment, just do this, see them words, just do that. Right click it, and then search Google for Monarch programming, okay? And then do it with a few things, beta programming, do it with them all. Monarch slaves are used by the world's elite, who are Freemasons, the Illuminati, for nefarious purposes. Right, these slaves are subjected to horrific torture and sadistic abuse by their programmers, handlers, puppet masters, okay? Which includes satanic ritual abuse, SRA, gang rape, sodomy, electrocution, severe beatings, being buried alive, near drowning, etc., in order to force their minds to disassociate and split into multiple alternate personas. As a result of this cruel treatment, monarch slaves are on occasion photographed looking haggard, fatigued or bruised. Also, they are forced into substance abuse. Those who resist their programming are sold to the media as junkies, and pictures of them are plastered all over the news. See the Cosby Show. Let's take a look at them. At some of them. Now, John Stamos, former President Idiot Bush, Lindsay Lohan, seen her in a few states, Miley Cyrus, oh no, it's Justin Bieber. So she is, I thought it was Madonna, yeah. Fucking hell. Recht. Amy Winehouse. Christy Brinky, never heard of her. Rihanna, Whitney Houston, Gabrielle Aubrey, being attacked by Halle Berry. This is the stories that they put over them. Look at the world these people all live in, really. Tanisha Richards, this Macaulay Culkin, oh god, look at the state of him. Val Kilmer. Nutty Ash. It was Miley, it's Justin Bieber. Jim Michael Vincent after the car crash. I think that was, I thought that was Al Pacino, not sure. But then, there's going to be a little lead for us here to where I'm actually going. Now look at Michael Jackson. These are all his clones. And again, there's another subject. Anyone who's just stumbling on this video because they don't know what I'm talking about, go and do your research. How the fuck does someone's face fall apart? How does someone turn from that to that? The clones breaking down. Plastic surgery, my ass. Didn't need plastic surgery. No one needs to do that. Plastic surgery from that to that, not a chance. So his last days to this one, not a chance. But anyway, let's go and find this Muhammad Ali stuff, shall we? Right, here we go. Oh, what have we found? A nice butterfly. Okay, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. If you've been paying attention by now, you've heard of the Monarch Mind Control program and project, which features the Monarch butterfly. Monarch Mind Control is named after this butterfly, an insect which begins its life as a worm, representing undeveloped potential. Right, after a period of cocooning and programming, is reborn as a beautiful butterfly monarch slave. Right, the insect is chosen as a symbol of the diabolical mind control programming is because monarch butterflies are considered the king of butterflies and the most beautiful. Scientists first discovered human behaviour is transferred from generations through code DNA in the blood from the study of the monarch butterfly. Butterfly wings, when spread, resemble the centre region of human brain, viewed down from the top to the ear. Right, human slice. Brain. The brain, then when you slice it, like that. Now, the weight contrast enforced MR imaging shows an irregular liaison between the hypotenuse at the centre of the hypertense margins and braid in the front lobar lobes. Butterfly is remarkable. Now, monarch slaves are programmed with images of butterflies and conditioned into believing they are actual butterflies. The project was greatly worked on in Nazi Germany in its purpose to dehumanise victims through torture and trauma using verbal, physical and sexual abuse, electroshock, hallucinogens, etc. The basic techniques were developed in German, Scottish, Italian, English Illuminati families and used for centuries. Okay, just looking for this little statement because you know what's coming up. Alpha and Omega, the conscious mind, the unconscious mind, all the stuff what they tap into. Alpha and Beta, the codes. If I just missed it, they've got to put that quote in. They've got to put the quote in. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I don't know what the sting like a bee side. We've just worked out what the float like a butterfly side of the statement's all about. Want to know what the bee means. Just let me if I do this now, Control and F, bring myself a thing and type the word bee in here. Here we go. Right. Muhammad Ali used symbolic 1964 quote, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Your hands can't hit what your eyes can't see became his trademark. Look at all the butterflies. Butterflies. See? So Mr. Ali, what was you pertaining to really? And not a lot of people knew this. This is why we've seen on the Super Bowl what's Coldplay's latest act been over the past few months when he's running around with all little butterflies flying around everywhere and he's got all this pink stuff and LGBT rainbow sets with paint getting thrown all over him and all pink powders and yellow powders and stuff. It's all because of all this. The 88, the butterfly, the 88, not only the 88 is standing out here but now the butterfly. So we all know what's up about the 88 and how that's all saying. Sorry, not saying. Saturn related, Saturn worship, half of the number 44, the Obama number, you can see it all here. This is a very good read, in fact, you know what, I think I will end up putting this page over on the website. It's quite a fascinating page. I will be dropping the link below. So, have we found out what the B meaning means yet? Satanic meaning, or Egyptian meaning, or Roman meaning, it will be in there. Satanic meaning of B. The B meaning is, so I've just caught up to speed by now. I've just clicked into this page and it's become all so clear just after 1 second. I remember now. It's the hive, right? It's the hive. Click this one out. Look, where do we see this pictured? That's saying Beehive's a good friend called me the other day after returning from a business trip to Salt Lake City, asking me what the deal was with all the beehives in Utah. She noticed that everywhere she looked there seemed to be this overwhelming sense that these meant more than what they portrayed. A few years ago I wrote about the symbols on the Mormon temple. You can read it here. But for now, let's explore this symbolism that Utah has adopted as its state symbol, the beehive. The beehive symbol may be innocuous to the unknown. When most people see this symbol, they think of honey or the phrase busy as a bee without realizing the spiritual implications. The industrious work of the bee is only part of the story. While bees do sleep, they are typically not asleep for more than 30 seconds at a time, meaning they are on the go with other bees and surrounding cells, always bumping into theirs, waking them up, always on guard. There is never a time to rejuvenate or be fully rested. The next they gather for quick energy drink, and the pollen they collect is their protein fix, is what keeps them going. Their main focus in life is to hunt for food to feed the hive who keeps the queen alive. The bees and their hives have been known by various names throughout history and used in different cultures as a symbol of worship. They have been referred to by the Melissae in Greek mythology, which is reference to the virginity of the worker bee, or tears of the sun god Ra. Okay, show you a picture of him now. And it ties into the Apollyon, which we see at the start of it. Same thing, okay? Ra is Apollyon. You can also find this symbol in Hinduism, which is referred to as the Brahmi devil, the bee goddess, and her connection to the teaching of the chakras. The Masonic lodges also held the beehive in special regard and also took as a symbol of the generative powers. These two things are for the common denominator, if not for all, for the most pagan groups in the worship order, give the special prominence to the beehive in the local cultures. You can see there's a lot of information here, but now I think I know just the man for the job. So Casey, come and help me out on this one, mate.
Hey guys, we're going to cover the Bee movie from 2007, and this movie is full of hidden symbolism, showing us just how unaware we are of their secret agenda, and they throw it in our faces. We're going to take a very in-depth look at this movie, and we will see the analogy of our life and how we are the bees in the beehive, asleep in our cells, unaware of this higher knowledge, unaware that we are just bees working for their money and their honey and their gold. Let's take a look. Now, a couple things to note here, you guys. He flies near a snow globe inside of a family's house, and he's behind Mount Rushmore. Now, there are several presidents, of course, in Mount Rushmore, but the one he's standing beside is Lincoln. The $5 bill also has the small bees on its reverse side and on the front side buzzing around here, these yellow number 5s, 05s, okay? So it's interesting that we just discovered that these in fact were bees. On the $10 bill we discovered it, and it seems like the safety feature has been included on other denominations as well. Now the interesting thing is this is relatively new. It happened in 2006 and the Bee movie came out in 2007. So this is a direct reference to the bees being on the denominations of money, confirming our beliefs that that in fact is what they represent. Now, there is a Highway 244 that goes right next to Mount Rushmore, as you can see here. And of course, 44 is 88. And here's your Tribe of Dan reference. In your face, you guys. The scales in one hand of justice and the sword in the other. And this is the symbol in Wikipedia used for the Tribe of Dan. And here is a side-by-side of the symbol known as the Tribe of Dan, the scales, and the cover of the Metallica poster of Justice for All, also with the scales being pulled down. Now this fits in with the Bible narrative that the Danite history shows that they actually judged people. They were the judges of society. Now we talked a lot about the Tribe of Dan and the likelihood that many of these royal alien bloodlines from the fallen angels and throughout the Nephilim came from the Tribe of Dan. Now, it's interesting to note here in the book of Enoch that Enoch had written the petition that the fallen angels wanted to give to heaven. And it's interesting that as Enoch was writing out the petition and considering it, that he went off and sat down at the waters of Dan in the land of Dan, to the south of the west of Hermon, Mount Hermon, which is where the fallen angels came down and mated with the women of earth to create the royal bloodlines that we see today. Here we have the H's on their hat, and H alphanumerically is 8, so we have 888. Now you'll notice they'll always have the German, the green uniform, and the color green character in these movies, and that's the HH, Heil Hitler, Nazi reference. This one's a little softer. He doesn't have the Nazi mustache, but he's clearly wearing a Nazi type uniform and hat, and so that's what that's all about. Have an 8 reference here.
It's Buzz.
Oh, that's me. Wave to us. We'll be at row 118,000. Bye.
Barry, I told you, stop flying in the hat.
Here's another 8 reference. There's actually a sign as they're walking, and it says, "B goes berserk, stings 7, then self." And that's a total of 8, of course. Now in this shot, you see that they're orientated in 6x3 containers. So that's 18. 6 times 3 is 18. And here's our 8-8 reference again, the H and the H. We see the Honex, and then the Honex on the other side, which is the plant where they make the honey in the beehive. Now here, the bee is suing humans for basically stealing the honey. And you can see here the 1 and the 7 again. And we saw this also on the Starship Enterprise in the episode of the cartoon Star Trek. The 1 and the 7 is, of course, 8. The B tank is divided up into 8 segments there, from full to empty. And here they're on the tarmac after rescuing the jet airplane, and here's another clear 88 reference. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the 8, so that's 88, you guys. You'll hear another 8 reference here with the spider's legs.
Spider? You know, I'm not attracted to the spiders. I know that everyone else is like the hottest thing with the 8 legs and all. I can't get by that face. So,
Another 8 reference here, you guys.
It was my grandmother, Ken. She's 81.
Honey, her backhand's a joke.
Now, when you watch this next scene, I want you to consider also chapter 8 of the Book of Enoch. There's our 8 again. And it says here that they taught men the fabrication of mirrors for fallen angels, unclean spirits, demons. And listen to this next part.
Oh no, more humans. I don't need this. Ow! What was that? Boy, this time. Ow! James! That is diabolical. It's got all.
Now, as we've seen in almost all of the previous movies that we've looked at, we can find the number 322 or 223. And of course, that's a number of Skull and Bones, and that is their signature. And it's no different in this movie. I want you to keep focused on the middle panel. And the one number that stays consistent as it scrolls down, we'll do it in slow motion so you can see, is the number 223. Let's take a look. Here we see the plane flying at 333 knots. It looks like an altitude maybe or something of 32. The 32 is the 23. We've seen that earlier in the film as well. 322 and 223. Now, the main character in this film basically wants to step outside of the box, so to speak. He wants to leave the hive and go collect nectar with the big bees, but everyone else in the hive is afraid. They're afraid to learn the truth. And this movie is an exact analogy of our world, and if you watch the movie, you'll see all of the comments that they make talking about, living your life from cradle to grave, stuck in your paradigm, stuck in the hive, doing meaningless jobs, and really not going anywhere, not truly understanding the world that we live in. It's amazing how these films tell you 80% of the truth, but then don't give you the rest of the story. So in this part, he's flying out of the hive for the first time, and if you look in the corner, you'll see the shape that we just covered on this channel, and it is the star cube matrix. Okay, now this is represented by the numbers 73 and 37. A 37-point cube fits inside of a 73-point star. And that somehow is the secret, or one of the secrets, to understanding this matrix. So this is the 7337 cube and star pair matrix. And again, this will be repeated at the end of the movie, but it is also encoded in Genesis 1:1, the very first sentence of the Bible. And the final scene, you guys, of the movie, they fly through the 3773 creation.
It's alright.
And as the bee narrowly escapes death and is captured, again we see the green eye theme that we saw in Candyman. And here's your yellow and blue makes green reference here. More green as the bee dresses up as a pea. And we got more green references with the green sunglasses. And since this beehive is an analogy of our life, these are the chemtrails.
Some footage of some chemtrails which I've took in the skies of Liverpool.
Oh my. What's going Are you okay?
Yeah, it doesn't last too long.
How did all these bees get here?
Now in the TV pilot, The After, we saw a woman with a beehive hairdo just like this. And that just jogged something in my memory that that this applies to this as well, and it applied to the TV pilot, The After. So these are some of the things that they hide to make reference to the bees once again. And this is what we fight against, you guys, every day. Being demonized as conspiracy theorists.
Bee honey, our honey, is being brazenly stolen on a massive scale. This is worse than anything the bears have done to us, and I intend to do something about it.
Oh, Barry, stop.
Who told you that humans are taking our honey? That's just a rumor.
Do these look like rumors?
That's a conspiracy theory. These are obviously doctored photos.
Barry, how did you get mixed up in all this?
This movie is all about making you feel good about doing your job and fitting in. And being a bee. And doing exactly as you're told. Because everyone else is depending on you.
Let's go, champ. The religious psyop.
You wanted money, but you could never have enough. You would have stolen, but you don't want to pay up. You want a little, but that was only fool's love. Place your bet, count the rest. Tell me, are you rich? Does it feel like you're holding your tongue? Words must be filling your lungs. I don't know how it feels to hurt enough to need those pills. When you do that voodoo. You do that voodoo, that voodoo. Leave you here feeling so blue. You wanna heal me, but I don't really need your touch. You tried to teach me, but you don't seem to know so much. I was the only one who ever listened to you. Rain or shine, share your mind. I must be crazy, 'cause it feels like you're holding your tongue. The words must be filling those lungs. And I don't know how it feels to hurt enough to need those pills.
So now we go over to Ezekiel. Jesus Christ also mentions him as Daniel the prophet. Daniel told the king that his dream was of great stature, picturing the Babylonian system of rule as it would progress across successive empires down through history. Daniel had predicted the series of empires before they even existed. Daniel directly identified Nebuchadnezzar's kingdom as the statue's head of gold. He then described the statue's chest and arms of silver, a subsequent kingdom that we know as the Medo-Persian Empire. He described the belly and thighs of bronze, the Greek Empire. He then described iron legs and feet, the eastern and western legs of the Roman Empire, whose capitals were Constantinople and Rome. Daniel also pointed out one striking detail in the king's dream: the feet and toes of the statue, depicting the empire ruling just before the Messiah's return, consisting of 10 toes representing 10 kings, with partially of iron and partially of clay. Furthermore, Daniel explains, whereas you saw the feet and toes partly of hot as clay and partly of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, yet the strength of the iron shall be in it. Just as you saw the iron mixed with ceramic clay, and the toes of the feet were partly of iron and partly of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly fragile, As you saw iron mixed with ceramic clay, they will mingle with the seeds of men, but they will not adhere to one another, just as the iron does not mix with the clay. And in the days of these kings, the gods of heaven will set up a kingdom which will never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people. It shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it will stand forever. So now we've got some more examples of why Muhammad Ali is a Freemason Illuminati puppet. We can see clear hand signals. There's the X's as well. X retains to Saturn worship, which is all the 44s and 88s, which we've been seeing throughout the video. There's more hand movements. There's a couple coming up now with Sonny Liston, stuff like this. There's a few facts there. If you want to pause it and read anything in this whole video, do so. It's important that you do document all the information yourself. A lot of it's flashing up, so just keep with it all. But just as we keep rolling now, see, we've got more. Here's Sonny Liston with his re-sign to Apollo. We're going to look into the Apollo and Sol Invictus are in a moment, when we look into Ali saying I am all the time, as in will I am, as in Jesus, I am God. Let's have a look. We've got the square and the circle, more Saturn stuff, time and space. And now it's showing us about the boxes coming in with the pagan hoodies on. So again, this web link is in the title description below. So please have a little read of all the information, and let's keep going before we close it up on Sol Invictus and Apollo, who are coming up in a moment. So anyway, see more things as Jesus depicted in the hoodie, the boxer's hoodie. More hand signals. And below there's even more hand signals, some Nazi hand signals. See them? And there's a couple of little facts it ends off with, just basically making the point, as you can see on screen. And it says, he wasn't such a great man. By saying I am, Jesus' statement indicates that clearly he understood what he was declaring, that he was external, God's incarnate. Jesus was equating himself with the I am, the title God gave himself, one of God's 7 names. He used the phrase 7 times in the book of John. I am the bread of life, I am the light of the world, I am the door of the sheep, I am the good shepherd, I am the resurrection and the life, I am the way, the truth and the life, I am the true vine. Sorry to piss on your parade, Muhammad Ali fans, but, you know.